Are we live? Oh, snap. We're live. What's up? We're doing this thing. All right. So, what's going on, folks? This is a test run. We never done this before. I wanted to jump on and do a little live stream here and see how this works on YouTube. As you can see, I'm streaming from Zoom. And I can see now there's a little bit of a delay, but this is quite interesting. Quite interesting indeed. Uh, Welcome to the first ever live stream on YouTube that I've ever done. I'm just going to talk. Frankly, the reason I'm doing this is because I've been so busy. I didn't get a chance to get my video edited for today's Thursday, 2 p.m. PST release. And I wasn't going to let today be the first day that I've missed posting something on time. So, it's a struggle, guys. It's not easy to post yourself on YouTube regularly. Probably even just anywhere at all, posting yourself on video is tough. Seems to be one of the main major insecurities that everyone relates to, being on camera. It's definitely a challenge, but also just with everything else going on in my world right now, had to do something here because nothing else was going to get published today. So in the past, I've tried setting these schedules. I couldn't stick to them. I really struggled with discipline at that time. But this year has been all about discipline for me. So that's all I'm really thinking about all year has just been how to get ourselves to do the right things that we know we should do, but can't get ourselves to do. And part of that is being consistent here on YouTube for you guys, and also for my mission too, right? Because we're still early days in the revamp of Boss Life. It's still new, and we're back on YouTube now, but it's only been a couple of months, and it's going to take some time for this to blow up. It's going to take time for people to start watching again. The view counts are low, etc. But what is it? So what? Are we going to not post? Hell no. And that's really an analogous of life and sort of discipline and getting results anyway. You know, it's it's hard to do something so confronting like sharing yourself online. It's hard, and then to try to be consistent doing that is even harder. So here I am just bullshitting around, trying to fill this time. I guess I'll tell you a little bit about what I've been up to this year, guys. So this year has been, like I said, all about discipline for me. And at the start of last year, 2019, I fired all my clients. I shut down my businesses, and I decided I'm going to do something new. I need to figure out a different angle. And it required me to do some deep introspection and thinking about what I really wanted to do with my life, my business, with my skill sets. Who am I serving and why? And that was a very intense year for me to do that introspection and to not be making money because I fired all the clients. So I just sort of put my back up against the wall and forced myself to try to figure it out. Luckily, things did pan out for me where throughout the year, I had these critical points where things shifted for me. One thing that happened was a disc herniated in my back. And that put me on my belly in bed for about 2 months, which ironically really raised my level of gratitude for just normal things, like being able to sit down. For 2 months, I couldn't sit down like I'm sitting down right now. I had to lay on the floor or stand. And gratitude increased, all these different things happen, and then the shit just clicked. And this year has just been all about domination. Like it's complete clarity. It's just about hustling hard, executing every day consistently as fuck, and then just getting shit done. So that's really what we've been talking about all year, myself and my clients inside the Habit Hacker Mastermind. And that's really what my focus has been for the entire year. This year of 2020 has been getting ourselves to do the right things. You know, Albert Einstein said that compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe. He said, yes. He said that our boy Jesse has just joined us. What's up, fam?
What up, what up, what up?
Dude, I can't see you. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
I don't see you,
What's
bro.
going on, dude?
Thanks for joining me, bro. I'm just out here
freestyling.
Yeah, just freestyling, dude.
Have you dropped your new single yet?
No, bro.
Your mixtape, bro.
No, it hasn't happened yet, dude.
Damn it, Alex.
I know, man. Yeah, I'm just preparing for this big presentation today. It's what was supposed to be yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I saw your video last night. Yeah.
Okay. 750 people, man. That's big, dude. A lot of folks.
Big.
Yeah.
That's bigly. Okay, I'm trying to see what's going on with the cam.
Yeah, well, you're on. So there's a little bit of a lag to YouTube, and you're not coming up on video on YouTube either.
My computer is probably about to explode. I think that's what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, here we are for a couple tabs here on this this YouTube live. I just didn't want to let nothing get posted today because I didn't have anything prepared. I just want YouTube to see like the kid drop something every Tuesday, Thursday at 2, like without fail, you know. I have no idea what
consistency, baby.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's see. I'm just closing out Windows here on my computer. I've done hardly, hopefully my bosses aren't listening right now, anything today. I've just been doing my freelance stuff today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
Well, you're crushing it right now, bro. I saw you posting on IG the new offer. If you can get your fucking video on, maybe you can share it with the people watching us too, of which there are 2 right now. We got 2 watchers right now, bro. You know I'm fucking famous. What's up, dog?
Yeah, internet celebrities.
2 live watchers. What's up, folks? Well, it's probably Steve and like another Steve. It's probably all the team. Yeah.
Everybody in HHM. Hi, Bob. Hold on, let me quit out of Zoom and call back in because it's just like just giving me a hassle. I was literally just on a Zoom call today, so I'm just like, what's going on?
All right, man, get the fuck out of here.
I'm fucking out of here, dude. Grow a cooler mustache.
This fucking guy, guys. That's my boy Jesse Byrne. He's a legend. If you've been watching me for some time, or if we're connected in any way online, you probably have, or it's possible you've heard of him. He's an absolute legend and a boss. Here he is joining us back again. Let's see if he's capable of figuring out basic technology, or if he just remains black as night. He remains black as night.
Oh, I am the darkest night. Oh wait, hold on.
Oh wait, my video is off.
No, it like legitimately doesn't even know that my camera is connected. Is the problem. All right. Motherfuckers want to act all. Hit 'em up. Still nothing. Camera 2, camera 3. None of my vanity shots are working. All right. Well then, how about this mother trucker?
Yo, this is fire content right now. Oh, there he is.
Boom. I just
What's up?
disconnected that external camera because that external camera is trying to hold me back. I ain't with that. Boom.
All right. Very cool. So now I see you. I wonder how, I'm curious. I have like YouTube in the background. I've never tried this, so I'm curious how it's gonna.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see what that looks like too. Is it on your channel? Let's throw it up on the pad.
Yeah,
Let's get some live views going here.
Oh, bro, this is pretty cool actually. When I change the view, it changes the view on YouTube too. So it was going solo, and then I just changed it to gallery, and then it changed on YouTube. That's gangster.
I don't understand.
I feel like we should maybe do some of these with some regularity with the crew. Like maybe we, it might be like good promotion.
Yeah,
To show the folks what we actually do inside HHM.
that would be sick. Hold on, I'm pulling up the YouTubes. The YouTubes. Here we go. We're live. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, there I am. That's fucking wild.
Yes, dude. Yes, my man.
It is a little bit delayed on. Wow, I can see both sides. Wow, that's.
So yeah, hey man, we got 3 watchers in right now. One of them is me and one of them is you. I just realized that part. So the third one is probably Steve. Steve.
Let me post this on Facebook.
Yo, fellas, post us.
Let's go.
Yeah, post us some comments on YouTube. To the one person watching. Oh shit. I'm gonna share this to Telegram. This is gonna be kind of a dumpster wreck of a live right here.
Right. Yeah, I've got.
Your sound just started cutting out on me, Doug.
Yeah.
They're trying to silence you over there or what, man? What have you been doing? You've been talking to the government or some shit? You've been doing something you shouldn't be doing because all your tech is failing at the same time.
How about now? Good?
Oh, yeah, very good.
Fuck yeah. All right.
Bro, the fucking tech can't keep us down, bro. Can't silence us, dude.
I'm wondering if, for whatever reason, I thought that my audio.
Rodrigo.
Here?
Rodrigo's live in the YouTube chat.
Oh, let's go, Rodrigo.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, let's go. I thought for a second that because I was streaming it on the YouTube at the same time, that it was going to pick up the audio on both. That doesn't make sense though, because if it's on YouTube, you can't talk into the to the YouTubes.
Welcome, Rodrigo. Great to see you, bud. Oh, dude, we have 5 watchers. We are legit famous now. Legit famous as fuck, man.
Oh, that post on my Facebook just made all the difference.
Bro. Oh, did you post on your Facebook?
Yeah, dude.
We should I feel like I want to send Rodrigo the link to get on here if he wants to join us.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot that his way in case he wants to get on here. Just say what's up. Because fuck it, man. We're doing it live, man.
Nice reference to my coworkers at Beats.
Say it again.
Did I send this to my coworkers at Beats?
Did you?
Stop working tools.
Okay. I'm just sending this to our homie because, this is just impromptu. We're going to figure this bad boy out. Rodrigo, there's your link, bud. If you want to join us on the live YouTube call, you're welcome. We love you, dude. Yeah, man. So, I mean, fuck it. I've been nervous for this thing. And it's made me really think about this public speaking nerves that I have, which is funny enough, like you can't really see it on me.
Right.
I've noticed when I have to actually do it. It's just something that I feel, but I feel it fucks with me inside. Yeah. And today it's not that bad because it's like virtual, even though it's a huge amount of people, it's really just going to be me talking to my homie, like like this right now, and then instead of 5 people watching, it could be very many more than that.
It feels different, like when you're in the room with a bunch of people, and then you're like, oh God, like there's like a different feel. I've felt the same way. Like even when there's like 5 people in the office at Beats, I'd be like, oh my God, like I know who's in the room right now. Even if I only need to speak for like 3 minutes, I can like feel my heart like beating through my chest. And
Yeah.
college, when I had to give a speech, So we had to do like a research paper on like any topic we were interested in, basically. And I actually did it on smart drugs, like nootropics, because
Oh.
just gotten introduced to like Adderall and Ritalin and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
like down the rabbit hole. Of course, had a guinea pig, play the guinea pig and test those out myself.
Mm.
But I remember I had to go up and give that speech, and I was so nervous. And I knew and here's the thing: is I knew my material. I knew what I wanted to talk about.
5 people?
No, this was like 30 plus 40 students.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. And
oh right, sorry, high school. I mixed up with Beats. My bad.
I was 18 or 19. And I remember right before I took a couple shots of vodka, I had just like a regular, clear water bottle. Back, and I was like, get through. It's been the hack to get through some of that shit. But yeah, man, I can totally relate. Like it is a different feeling than when you're on just like live video here, where you can't get the sense of the room as much.
Yeah. I think it's easier to I actually don't know, because I haven't spoken in front of that many people, but or if I have, I blocked it out. But
yeah,
this seems easier for for obvious reasons. But then I don't know what it is, because there is no logical reason that I can get in my head. The more experiences that I have, like this year, I've done. Oh, what's up, dude?
How are you?
Yes, man. Good. Nice to have you, bro. We're live.
Jesse Byrne.
Yes. Nice to see you, Rodrigo. My man.
So, what is happening?
Bro, we're just I didn't have a YouTube video for today. I'm releasing every Tuesday, Thursday, and I didn't have one. So I just said, let's do a live.
Nice.
Yeah, and here we are.
Dude,
and we're talking.
The motto is no 0 days, baby. No 0 days. Got to hit that consistency for the YouTube gods.
Yeah, dude.
Definitely.
Rodrigo knows all about this consistency. He's been crushing it this year. Talked to him a couple times in the past month. You're fucking dominating, bro. It's insane.
And just to show you,
let's see.
This is just the last days of my practice for Japanese.
Oh my gosh.
I'm learning like 100 characters per day. The first days it took a while to find the rhythm, but once I got it, it was like super fast.
Bro.
Right now, I'm taking a break right now because my brain is toasted. I just pretty much went through the review of the 120 from yesterday plus 20 today. But I'm getting ready to get into the other 80 so I can have my 100 for today. And yeah, so that's pretty much how it's been going.
You've been dominating the habits, man. It's insane.
I love how clear you are too about 100 new characters or words a day. Is it those are each letters, or what are those?
Yeah, the thing is that I'm learning Japanese right now because I think I have found like a kind of a weakness in the industry, and that is a weakness that doesn't exist in the Japanese market. But since nobody is learning Japanese to try to go into exploiting that weakness, I say, well, let's learn this thing. And the thing that happens with Japanese is that you actually have like 4 vocabularies. So you have like the Romaji, which is or kind of letters on how they translate the sounds of Japanese to the Roman letters. Then you have the hiragana, which is kind of the language of the vocabulary they use to translate concepts that are in Japanese. Then you have the katakana, which is something that they invented because they were so close for so many time that but for so long that when they finally opened and they got all these new concepts from the world, they didn't have like the vocabulary wasn't adapted to the sounds of these new concepts. So they invented another vocabulary so that they could write. So for example, there is television, you have terebi, and that's how you. And if you write it in katakana, they understand. Okay, this is like a foreign concepts, and this is the television, right? Or if you write your name, if you want to explain your name to Japanese people, then you have to write it in katakana as well because it's a foreign name. And then, but firstly, since they didn't have a language, they took it from the Chinese. But since Chinese is in Japanese, they kind of adapted it. And even after World War, there were many organizations that told them to get rid of that, but they didn't want it to. So the thing is with that kanji, which is the other vocabulary, is like 2,163 characters. And this is just the chosen ones because the kanjis are like 50,000 characters. But even they decide, like, they sound like, okay, this is too insane. This is just too stupid. So let's grab this group of characters here. And that's what we are going to be using for most publications, newspapers, things like that. So what happens is that if you get to learn that, you can pretty much read everything in Japanese because like all publications, again, books, magazines, everybody is using that as a standard. But most people take a long time to learn it. Like I have friends who are living there who still do not know the complete Yoyo Kanji, which is what it's called, the set of the characters. And they have told me that it's going to take me years to learn it. And I think I can make it happen in about 22 days if I put like 100 characters per day. And I have found a method that allows that. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Hey man, pull it off, dude. Pull it off so I can sell people on this learn Japanese in 22 days. Look, Rodrigo did it too.
And the thing is, with the kanji is that it's so insane because you have to like let's see if you can see, like, okay, there it is. There is a lot of variations, but the thing is that each one of them, there is two ways of reading it. So
yeah,
let's say if you have the kanji for forest, that is, if the kanji is alone, that is called the kunjomi, then you read it as mori. And if the character is combined with hiragana, then that is called the lecture on onjomi. And the way on how you read it is completely different. So for each character, you have to learn two ways of spelling it. And the thing that I'm doing right now, the method that I have found is that you first learn the characters by using stories. And now this looks crazy, but let me try to get. So you have this one here, which is like a mouth, and then you have the other one, which is like the sun, and that represents the day, and the moon, which also represents month, and like a rice farm, rice field is the thing,
Wow.
the eye, and so on. But the thing is that if you start combining things, so for example, here's the number 10, and now you can put like, if you put the number 10 and the mouth below, that's the character for old. And you can either say like 10 mouths, or you can try to think, okay, this one here is a tomb, so that's for old guys. And pretty much
Bro.
the way you keep adding things is that you start understanding that the kanjis are being built using previous characters. So if you put it into a specific order, you can start learning new things, and at the same time fortifying your memory of the old ones as you go, like building histories on top of each other. And yeah, using that method, I have found it. And the thing is that you learn it first how to write it, and once you learn how to write it, it will be easier to spell it.
That's freaking nuts. Wow. That's
It looks very pretty.
yeah.
So now that I'm doing is cramming all of this into my head, and once I know them, like I can focus easily into getting to know the two, how to pronounce the things into the two formats, and that will be easier because I already know the characters. It is like way harder if you just try to take the characters out of order and try to cram it into your head with the two pronunciations at the same time, which is what everybody's trying to do, and that's why they take like years to memorize them.
So I love it. I love it.
Gangster.
I really actually, it makes me think I want to start incorporating the language learning into the daily habits. You know, it's been like last year I was learning Dutch and Chinese at the same time when I was on my belly for 2 months because of the
Chinese
back injury.
is hard.
Yeah. I don't even remember how to say yes, but yes in Chinese, yes. Yeah, but it was fun, man. It was really fun. And I was looking into it at that time, like how to learn multiple languages at once. And because, I really just want to learn like a lot. And they were saying if you choose two languages that are very different, so like not Spanish and Italian, but like Chinese and Dutch or whatever, and then choose one that's more like this is a serious learning, like priority, and the other one that's more of like fun, like a break from the heavy language learning to something more fun. It kind of seemed to make sense to me, and I'd love to incorporate that. I don't really have a need to use those right now. You know, I'm so focused on business, but it's fucking gangster what you're doing, dude. Fucking gangster.
Yeah, the thing is that one of the reasons I decided as well to learn this thing is not just for the business itself, and I'm trying to follow the philosophy, and this is something that I learned from Gary Vee, is that you should always be trying to learn the things that are going to help you in the next 3 years. So I'm definitely not saying like I'm going to be able to put this to practice, let's say even for the next year when it comes to start hiring people from Japan and things like that. But I definitely see that the path where I'm able to do that. But again, like if I learn how to speak and read and write this insane language, which is one of the hardest ones that there are in the world, Chinese being another one, then if I pick another language, it's going to be way easier. So for example, I want to learn Russian as well because there are a good number of good animators over there who are, and luckily for me, like the art industry in this side of the world has become too political for my taste. And all these people over there they just want to create cool things, which is what we want to do. So after going through this, where I have to learn like 4 vocabularies and put them into practice, like I go to Russian, it's just Cyrillic, like 30 characters, and they all translate to the same letters that I use every day. So that's going to be easier. And if I can do this thing in 6 months, like if I can learn the grammar of Japanese and all the kanjis and all the things in 6 months, then I definitely think I can learn like a language in about 2 months after that. Plus, there is a lot of benefits on improving memory. I have read a lot of studies for entrepreneurs that many successful entrepreneurs do recommend learning other languages, because when you do that, new paths open in your brain, because you have to completely like it's a complete different logic. There are words that exist in other languages that doesn't exist in English, that don't exist in Spanish, things like that.
Mm.
And when you put that like into perspective, then you start seeing like new opportunities, and that's what people describe. So it's like, okay, if I can think in different ways that nobody's thinking and I can find new solutions, then I'm all in.
Jesse, talk to us, bro.
What's up, fam? Dude. Rodrigo,
Yes, his brain is fried.
Dude, you're I love this mentality that like you're like thinking long term, you know, with learning these languages. That's awesome. I think that's brilliant. Your agency, your studio, you guys specialize in animated videos, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. What kind of businesses or industries do you work with?
There is a lot, but mostly, to be honest, we have been focusing a lot on tech industry, medical industries, and well, right now we have a client that is to teaching cybersecurity to people who are non-techies. So what we are doing is creating lessons in the formats of small movies that people can enjoy, and through these movies they can learn how to protect themselves. So, and apparently that's a whole industry. Like we just found, this is our second client on that industry, and we just found like a lot of other companies who are doing that. And yeah, what they are trying to do is teaching very technical, very technical lessons that are usually very boring to normal people, to normal people, in a format that they can actually enjoy and watch, like a mini movie, like 15 minutes movie or 8 minutes movie, that where they can get entertained and learn something. So yeah, that's and yeah, there's been like companies, food companies, Coca-Cola, Burger King, Pizza Hut, things like that. So since we have like a whole range of portfolio, we can adapt pretty much to all needs, and we have created even a couple of helped to create a couple of animated series. But what I'm trying to do is
that's awesome.
Is kind of apply the automated model. Like I want to build a commercial team that can work completely on automatic and generates enough money so that we can pretty much produce whatever we want on the creative end. And that's the way that I'm trying to make us independent, because right now, how most people do it is that they try to find either investors or try to sell their idea to channels like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, things like that. And there is a lot of factors that I don't like about that model of work. That after learning a lot, interviewing people in the industry, and so like, yeah, this is not a game I want to play. So I rather take this other path, which is going to take a little bit longer and it's going to be a little bit harder, but it's going to give me all the freedom to do whatever the fuck I want.
I wonder if there's any cross-sell opportunity. Do you have any people who are looking for emails, copywritten emails? Because that's Jesse's specialty right now. He's been dominating that field. I wonder if there's some crossover opportunity.
Will be possible, not sure, because we have never gotten with that with the clients. but definitely could be possible.
I'm just thinking about, like, in your situation when I was working with businesses, I wish something that I had done would have been to partner with people who are delivering something complementary so that I could easily upsell stuff that they need, but that I don't have to deliver. So that could be like an
Yeah.
easy, like, depending how many clients you've had, let's say you've had like, 20, that might be an opportunity to like sell all 20 clients something completely new that they also need, which you don't even have to deliver yourself. Could be like a way to double your income or something. I don't know how much it would be, but
Yeah, again, I'm not sure because the clients have never told us about any other needs.
yeah.
But I could try to explore it, definitely.
How would you, Jesse, do you think that might be something worth you thinking about as well? Kind of like thinking of who has those clients that you want, but they're selling something else,
Yeah, I have a list of like different agencies that are working with cannabis and CBD brands.
Oh.
So I'm thinking of, after my outreach to dispensaries and CBD brands on my own, like if I'm not getting really anywhere with that, of just partnering with maybe an agency and kind of working as like a contractor for them. I think what can get tough though is like the way that I structure my deals. It might make it tougher for the agency to figure out what the pricing looks like for them.
Yeah.
But if I had like they could charge like a flat like management fee and then, just make sure that my commission structure is kind of built into that. But I had a chat with my client today about how we need to establish like more clear benchmarks for basically the campaigns that we sent for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. While they performed very well, looking historically at what they had sent last year, they didn't perform better than last year's from like a revenue per recipient. But there was a lot of different factors involved, which it makes it really tough to know, like, well, did my emails actually do worse? Because last year they offered 60% off. This year they did 65% off. However, in October, they offered a 60% off discount, and then they saw a huge spike in sales. So I think a lot of their list was just like 60%, 65%. Like we just took you up on that offer. It wasn't as many people, I think, as interested. It might have been a little bit burnt out. But I think also they were sending to 80 to 90,000 people last year, a much bigger percentage of their list that wasn't as engaged. And I was sending to a little bit more concentrated list. So like our engagement metrics were a lot stronger. Average order value is about the same, but my revenue per recipient was much lower, which I thought was also kind of weird. I was like, I'm sending it to more targeted people, but the revenue that's being generated isn't as great as it was last year. So there's a lot of other confounding factors there. And I think it's a interesting learning experience, like on the go, figuring that out. But I love my client. He's fucking amazing. He's like, look, like we're going to figure this out, but I want to send you money today because you've been awesome. So I was like, this is what I'm talking about.
How did that play out? Did you just give him a number and he's like, here you go? Or
just what my, basically, it was like what my monthly retainer was. So he just gave me that again, which is fine. It would have been about, the way that I calculated it, the numbers, it would have been about a third of what I thought I would have been owed. But look at this guy back here.
Does he have like a headset on and a suit?
Yes, he does.
Legend. Well, dude, that story you told us, I've been wearing fucking my suit jackets a lot more often since then, just to feel like, all right, I'm fresh, I'm ready to go, I'm professional, dressed for success, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I've been a little bit nicer as well. Button ups. I got my fancy shoes on.
Yeah, me too. Fancy shoes, fancy jacket, but then just like jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah, I need to do that swing now because there was a time where I was like dressing really nice, but it kind of led into I could feel that I was falling into that trap of, oh, if I'm not feeling really, if I'm not dressing really nice, then I don't feel as secure or pretty much as strong as usually do. So I was kind of putting my sense of identity into that. So I kind of went full minimalist and, and not dressing fancy at all for a long time. So I could not care about that anymore. I still feel secure now I feel that, okay, if I want to start getting into bigger leagues, then I need to kind of swap things up again and be comfortable in wearing nicely. So yeah, I definitely need to get into that mode now. I've been postponing it as well because I'm losing a lot of weight, so I don't want to kind of buy a lot of clothes and then 4 months later nothing of it fits. So
yeah, genius. Yeah, you've been going through a lot of changes this past year, Rodrigo, from what we've talked about, our past few conversations. You really seemed like to have kind of like tore everything down in like a healthy way so you could build from scratch almost. It's beautiful to hear. It's so weird how, I don't think Jesse knows this yet, but like when Rodrigo and I talked, I was telling him about what we're up to in HHM, you know, the habit stuff, the tracking, everything, the whole Benjamin Franklin method, the system. And he's every time, like almost everything I was bringing up, he's like, dude, I'm doing that shit too. Look at this. And he pulling up like his notebook. It is like, we kept finding more and more things that we were both had been thinking about all year, but haven't even talked about it. So it's just cool to hear, man. Yeah. And
yeah, that was a little bit freakish, to be honest.
It was fucking freaky, yeah. Yeah, dude. So I don't know what, I have a few more minutes here. I have the presentation in 18. This is great, guys. This is like helping me get out of my head and just talking on mode. Even the fact that it's 3 watching and probably that's all 3 of us having it in the background. Show of hands, who's got this YouTube in the background?
Not me at the moment.
Oh wow, we have one watcher. We have one watcher, Jess. Yes. Nope. No, not anymore. They just left. Now it's just 2 again.
Really? It shows 3 on mine.
Oh really? Okay.
It's also frozen on mine.
Well.
Yep. Well, there's 2.
Yeah. So,
you're right.
Yeah, it's basically just a conversation that we're having to be able to, and then putting it online, which adds that little bit of extra pressure. Oh, we have one viewer apparently taken a dump.
Yeah.
You know who that is, Rodrigo?
I don't, but that's a hilarious name.
No.
Taken a dump. I just understood that. Nice.
Also had a rap was in there. Gang.
Yes.
Gang. What's up, Drew?
Is astrology BS? I think so, but
yeah, definitely.
But I don't know. I don't know. I am curious to hear. I'd love to like open up a dialogue between you two. Just curious to hear the synergy around the stuff that we usually talk about. Just because I'm anxiously awaiting Rodrigo to say, "All right, I'm ready," because he's been taking things slow and smart, basically not wanting to. Like he's actually considering all the psychological underpinnings or ramifications of committing to such a consistent practice, and he's already doing the tweaks to make it possible to continue. So like it's exactly the whole thing we've been, exactly the field we've been talking about all year. Yeah, I'd be curious. I talked to him about it a few times. I talk to you about it all the time, Jesse, but I'm curious how you guys connect around this stuff.
Around the habits and tracking.
Yeah, all the discipline, the whole thing. I got probably another 10 minutes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Dude, I mean, Rodrigo, you joined SSM 3 or was it 2? Okay, so I mean, you've had like this like growth mindset for damn near a decade at this point, right? So it's like it's kind of wild. Like it feels like for me, like I feel like I've gone from like all these like shiny object like tactics and strategies to just going back to like a more simplified approach where it's like just do like the fundamentals every day and focus on just executing those really well, and then layering on from there, whatever else you want, in your case, like learning Japanese, learning a new language, or, whatever it is, whatever the case may be. So I think like in the last couple of years, it's been like more stripping away complexity and getting back to fundamentals. But I'd be curious to know, like, what has been your journey like with habits and tracking and things of that nature?
Well, it's been really long, to be honest. Started first of all, I was able to be aware of a mistake I was making, which I think is what most people do. That whenever they try to do something, we are in that moment where we have that fire. And it's like, yeah, we're going to crush this thing out and do a lot of it. And the thing is that what I figured out what was happening is that I went with these goals when I was feeling at the top moment, but then on a long enough timeline, you will get to a day where you will feel like shit, and you're not going to want to do all those things. And yeah, it took me a while. It took me too long probably to figure that out, but I did finally until this year by reading a lot of psychology, and I got into this moment with Carl Jung where he says like that modern man can't see God because they are not willing to look low enough, and he was kind of talking about the little things or the little actions that most people dismiss because they think it's not important, but they actually are really important, and that kind of flipped the whole mentality that I had. So I thought, okay, yeah. First of all, like as you say, there was the shiny object syndrome. So one of the things was like whenever I tried to lose weight, it was, oh, I want to lose I don't know how many pounds by 3 months, and in a year look like this, and that flipped out, and it's like, okay, I want to look like a badass old man when I'm 80. Like I want to be one of those ripped old men when I'm 80. So what do I need to get to there? It's like, okay, you need to become a person that doesn't skip workout. That's different from, okay, let's do something to drop, I don't know how many pounds. And which is, even if you manage to do that, like there is a lot of cases when people do like have that goal, they reach that goal and then they recover the weight or whatever the habit it is, like once they reach the goal, they go back. It's like, then when you flip it, it's like, no, it's not about losing the weight. It's not about any of that. It's not about the shiny object or the shiny goal. It's about becoming the person who does this every day. Okay, not every day you're going to feel great. Some days you're going to feel very shitty. So what is the minimum goal that you need to do so that even if the shitty days when your mind is completely fucked and doesn't want to cooperate with you, you can do this easily. And it was, in the beginning, it was like, okay, I will do like 10 kettlebell swings, and that became 20 after a while. And then I gained more strength, and some days I woke up and I felt better, my body felt better. So I did 30 or 40 in one row, and on other days I will wake up with the intent of doing that much, and then my back will feel weird. It's like, oh, I didn't like that feeling, so I'm going to stop here. and I keep picking it up and little by little adding a little bit. But then again, like one of these days I got insomnia and I wasn't able to sleep until 3 a.m. and I woke up and I was feeling like shit. It's okay, minimum requirements. I did my minimum requirements, but I still did them. And it didn't feel, and again, they didn't feel that hard because now I'm doing like 80 kettlebell swings. And that, if I do 20, then it's good. It's still like when I'm feeling like shit, it's still effort, but not that much. And again, with the food, like trying to take little things and try to span the times. Like in the beginning, I was, okay, dinner at 6 p.m. and then I'm going to have breakfast at 9. Then it was dinner at 5:30 p.m. and I'm going to have breakfast at 9. then breakfast at 9:30, then at 10, then the dinner was at 5, then 4:30, then 4, and now I have this, and I was able to expand the intermittent fasting from 4 p.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning, and that helped me out to lose a lot of weight just by itself, even when
Yeah,
I wasn't doing that much exercise. And with the
brilliant.
habits itself, is like, again, like if I was going to read this, like, okay, read 1 page a day. If you feel like reading more, then you can read more, and put in an X to a calendar, and then the next day and so on. And I started to realize like 1 habit per month. That was kind of my thing. And I started to realize, okay, the first 20 days are going to feel like shit. Around day 22, I'm going to start falling into the habit, and the last 7 days is like where things explode. And started to getting to know myself better, doing meditations as well to kind of understand my my mental processes and how my brain works, and and just keep having these things and try to expanding them a little bit, just a little bit, and one little bit
Yeah.
more, and then there was a moment where I fell into completely burnout because I never had like a break since I started as a SEM. and yeah, and thanks to the situation of the world, was like, well, what better time to take a break from all of it, and put everything stop for about 2.5 months. I thought it was going to be just 2 weeks, but obviously not.
Yeah.
And then about that time, I started like feeling like I need to go back to that. And when I started to put him out into my habits again, they fell into place stronger. And one of the biggest example that I can cite is like whenever I left meditation in the past, I will need to start again from the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and so on. Once I went back to the meditation, like 20 minutes, no problem. It's like, oh, this is interesting. And then I started doing other things, and the habits started falling into place like very quickly. And when I first talked to Alex, I was just starting to get into the habits, and like 2 weeks later, like I was full power again. And now, like a week and a half ago, I was talking to him about how to expand my work time because I was feeling like at 1:30, like all batteries got depleted, and we figured some uh, little tweaks, little modifications into place. And I did them, and it's like explode again. And now you have me learning everything.
Dude, I have to give credit
That's so
to Jesse for that actually, because the tips I gave him on that call that we had was the same stuff that we came up with on the Habit Hacker call that one
yeah.
like a couple months ago, where that midday thing.
Right.
Basically,
Right.
what I suggested to him was like, you could verify this in a sec, Rodrigo, but like a nap, a walk, something funny or fun, like comedy or video games, some combination, breath work perhaps. So he was like getting tired. So he was like, I was like, what about a nap? Maybe take a walk either before or after, depending. Give yourself something fun to do, like what I told you months ago for my lunch break. I was just like, I already did a bunch of work. I'm going to go watch comedy podcasts for the next hour, and then just eat lunch and just completely unplug. And then you and I remember we like strategized the walk, and we talked about that with the boys. So I basically told him that.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
pretty much after that, like I'm able to work until 2 p.m. After that, I go have a lunch, then take a nap. And I see that 3 to 4 to 4:30, something like that, I'm still like kind of sluggish, but around 4:30, like the brain lights up again. And after this call, I'm just going to go to the next 80 characters.
That's awesome.
I actually have to go shortly. Got to go prepare for this big presentation. I think the social call just started, Jess. I don't know if you're interested in that, but the boys are going to be chatting. Rodrigo, when am I hitting you up, dude? When are you going to join us, homie?
Dude, you're already crushing.
About...
You're crushing it already, bro. You're like already a fucking legend. Like I love what you just said. You said too about like the expectation that the first month, like, that first 20 days is going to be kind of tough, it just gets easier from there. I think that's a good expectation, Alex, that we set in like the onboarding.
Yeah, and that can vary a little bit from people to people, because I've seen that. Well, I don't know if you have seen some people saying that if you do things in 21 days in a row, that you get the habit. For me, like again, 21 days is still the rough part. I need to push it up to 30 days, but on those last 5 to 7 days, that's when things like take momentum and they just explode. And it's like it goes like this, like this, like this, like this, and then that's it, boom, all the way up. And so yeah, I think it is good that people learn to integrate one habit per month to kind of see where they are falling off. And of course, there are habits that they are going to take longer than others. Like some habits will be easier for us. Some other habits won't be. Like meditation for me, I'm able to pick it up easy now, but it's been 3 years of me trying to pick it up. and that took, that one was a hard one for me. Workout, now I feel natural doing it, like it's not a bother, but for a long time it was a bother for me. But yeah,
I've got to go. I'm so sorry to cut it short.
Yeah.
I've got to go
no
prepare.
problem.
Presenting to 750 affiliates, trying to get them to sell my shit for me. But Rodrigo, when am I reaching out to you? You tell me.
Probably in about 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, we're gonna have the legend Don Flamenco joining us in HHMC. I'm so fucking stoked for that. But
good to see you,
guys,
man. Congrats
yes.
on all the lost weight.
Thanks
Keep
a
it
lot,
up,
man.
bro.
Thank you for
70
joining
pounds.
us, gentlemen. Thank you for being here.
Amazing.
Look, let's try this again. This was fun. I think we this is our first test. We'll be able to improve this. But for
Awesome.
now, I gotta bounce. I love you guys. Be
Sounds
well.
good. You
Crush
got
the
this.
rest